Hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and hope everyone's doing well today. Welcome back to the stream. I believe it's Warhammer Wednesday, so we'll be resuming our adventures in Rogue Trader. See. Hello, hello.
Hello, hello. Let me know if I need to adjust anything.
You sound good to me.
Okay.
Starting that over on Twitch side, so just some time to have you join.
Yep.
Might be a shorter stream today, given my energy level, but we shall see. I'll at least try to do a couple hours at least. Lobby code should be waiting for you.
Okay, thank you. I'm in.
Looks like I got it working. Some invalid operation exception. Selection was modified. Enumeration operation may not execute. Okay. Give me a moment. Sorry, everyone.
Yep. On again. Looks like I'm downloading something this time. Oh, Alright. Maybe you need to load it without me this time, and then apply the new DLC, and then I can join. Not sure though. I don't think we've properly added it yet.
I will install DLC in your current playthrough by opening the DLC section of the in-game map menu after loading your save.
Yep, so for now, I think loading it solo might have to be the way you do it. Yep.
It's half the bagel.
Thank you. Shall I try? I assume yes.
Yes.
Looks good this time.
To a hard save. Experience brought you anything interesting lately?
You may be interested to know that a group of officers were discussing a grim rumor over lunch. Word has it that an apparition of Lord Captain Theodora has been sighted on board lately. Yes, you heard right. They say she is haunting the decks, dragging wayward crew members off into oblivion. Disquiet has spread throughout the ship, as the anomaly has been reported in different sections, sometimes entire kilometers apart. The Voxmaster leans closer to you. Master Heinrich von Kalax expressed interest in our communication stations and Voxnets a short while ago. The interrogator appears to be very well versed in the matters of sacred technology, and it worries me. A man of his knowledge and in his line of work is capable of discreetly planting his own devices in our systems. We will be vigilant, Lord Captain, but you should try to be more careful as well. I live to serve, Lord Captain.
Things that can help me. Cameras I'm not tracking. Give me a second.
Yep.
I'm stuck with my eyes closed. Give me a sec. I'm gonna reboot
Yep.
the VTube studio. The camera is not behaving. So I'll just leave it be and just be static technically. Why am I having all these technical issues today?
Lord Captain. Lord Captain.
Can still hear me just fine though. Can you still hear me
Lord
just
Captain.
fine?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
Okay.
Lord Captain. Revor's voice over the Vox sounds weary rather than annoyed. I'm getting reports of several ships moving toward us. Judging by the fact that they're not responding to our hails, and the telemet shows a trail of macro batteries, they're not here for a chinwag. Ready to issue orders to prepare for battle at your command.
Where they come from? Why haven't you noticed them before?
The rubbish of Furibundus, and I'm not talking about these wrecks that are about to open fire. I mean the remains of meteorites, gas clouds, refuse from the shipyards. It all bunches together, and the smaller ships hide behind it to harass ships as they emerge from the warp.
Could this be the work of Conrad?
The silence over the Vox lasts for several seconds. It's possible he could have hired some scum, or maybe it's just a pirate who saw the state of our ship and decided to push his luck.
We evade this combat.
Ivor snorts, or perhaps chuckles. I don't think so, Lord Captain. But there'd be no reason to. It would be easier to blast these scum to smithereens than to evade them. We'll warn footfall we're coming with a few macro salvos.
I might order all stations get ready for void combat. Press that. Correct game. Yep. Nice. That was neat.
Yep. Maybe even check on your ship and let's see if we can upgrade or work on any of those things. But that's up to you. Void ship management on the far right. V key. We might not have much to do on the matter, but just something to at least look at.
If there's anything I can change, it's things are equipped. Don't have anything new.
I see the can upgrade hull as a thing on the far right. But either way.
And regain hull integrity.
No, that's not necessary. Upgrade hull, upgrade RAM. That's fine for now. We're ready for future fights.
Should we head from here?
Up to you. Remember, we're kind of here incognito, so be careful about that to some degree. But your choice. Lord Captain, the station's airlocks have been sealed from the inside. A Vox recording is stating that the priesthood of the Alter Templum Pt.7 Sanctuary have no desire to communicate with the laity and are refusing access to guests on the basis of the Adeptus Mechanicus' privilege of inviolability, granting them sole jurisdiction over their sacred sites. Guess we'll poke at them later. Looks like we move on. Lord Captain, we have the flagship Druce's Blessing with a small escort dead ahead. They are requesting a direct Vox channel, patching you through. The Vox channel clicks, and after a brief pause, a dry, low voice hails you. Greetings, Lord Captain. I am honored to speak with the rogue trader of House von Valancius. May your name be known through the ages. Chartist Captain Asterius Thorfast, bearer of the free charter of the merchant fleet. How can I be of service?
What is your squadron doing here?
We develop supply routes for Chartists. You see, my ship is a representative of the merchant fleet in this part of the Imperium territory, yet we do not have a fixed charter-defined trade route. Our mission is to establish business contacts with voidfarers in need of regular ship repairs and those who are interested in specialized goods.
And where do you source the components you sell?
Are you asking me to disclose our suppliers to you? Thorfus laughs airily. Well, frankly, they come from both everywhere and nowhere. We get our wares either from lucky voidsmen who stumble upon an abandoned or dilapidated ship somewhere in the neighboring system, or from unlucky ones whose sorry tub arrives on footfall in such a state that it's easier to take her apart than to restore her.
I'd like to know more about the merchant fleet's operations in the Coronis Expanse.
For the most part, all of the Expanse has its fleets of different organizations and small flotillas of merchant ships. Uninterrupted communication between worlds is a matter of life and death for many outposts of humanity. So even in this dark corner of the Imperium, there are Chartists and ships assigned to various Adeptus. Assigned to various Adeptus. Alas, the Expanse has next to no stable trade routes, so the job can be precarious at times. Then again, no one is more intimately familiar with the hardships of local commerce than a rogue trader.
Once we'll take a look at the catalog of components available for purchase. So we can start trading with them.
Yep.
Looks like it's mostly ship stuff.
Yep.
Fine.
It's up to you when you want to do the trading. Looks like it won't really matter too much. Either way, they have some parts that we can already get from them and apply it to our ship.
Not really anything else to gain reputation for right now, so
Yeah, we might hold off, but something to consider later.
outside of what I just grabbed.
Yep. All right, now we have reason to check on our ship.
Two Mazoa Lance weapons.
Yep. You don't have to apply them, but something to consider. Yep.
Torpedo tubes capable of firing 4 plasma torpedoes, 19 damage, versus a short range fires Yeah, I think I'll swap out the prow battery for now.
Right. There's a ship inspection going on or something. Who do you bring with you, Captain?
Who would you like to have to play as?
Let's see.
Don't
Adira, Galatia, and Argenta. Your Lordship, forgive me for not welcoming you with the appropriate obeisance. We were told that you would prefer to arrive on footfall incognito, so we are trying to attract as little attention as possible. I'm here on behalf of the Liege of Footfall, Lord Vladam Takara. The Liege awaits the chance to speak with you at his residence, but if you happen to have other business to attend to, I can serve as your guide and tell you about the station.
Cassia's lip curls slightly. This is so familiar. Behind the amber-colored scattering of words of welcome, far less appealing hues lurk, murky and diluted. The look of someone accustomed to lying and hiding their intentions.
Adira jerks her head, shakes it, and hisses through her teeth. Someone's coming, and they're coming for us. Watch out, Lord Captain.
Address Adira, who's coming?
Judging by their voices, there's a lot of them, angry. They got teeth, but they aren't that sharp. Their strength is in their numbers. Pray, what are you talking about? What could you mean by such a cryptic pronounce? She doesn't get to say the rest.
Hey, newcomers! How's this for a warm welcome? Another battle demands our attention. I will take you down.
Desynchronization was detected. Open the cooperative mode window to restart the game.
I think I'm gonna cancel because I think we might still be together.
Okay.
Cancel. Can you still see me moving Argenta around?
Yes.
Yep, that's what I thought. Alright.
Stream's going well so far.
Okay. Ready. Careful. Make sure to be aware of your position and the order.
At some point I will commission something, but not right now. Give me 1 sec, let's see.
Yep.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
On the first turn, you can apply all your strategist boundaries for free. Actually, I think it's always free, but nonetheless, you can apply each one as it makes sense to you.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain. I'm not accustomed to being ordered around. I am a navigator, not a servitor.
I think they're just constantly flickering.
A predictable downfall.
me what you've got.
Here we go.
Genta's turn.
Fair enough. If you can save. Okay.
What?
You said Argenta's turn, but it wasn't really. Or I'm out of sync.
Active player, Mystic Minded. It's showing Argenta.
Okay. And my game's catching up. Okay, now it's showing as Argenta's turn.
I mean, it's acting like I have control of the character for some reason. I think.
Understood. We'll see in a moment. I'm reading the Hunt Down the Prey ability.
We've accidentally used an item. But I don't know what it was.
Okay, well, I can't tell. Did you see Argenta move?
Yes.
Okay. I'm a little stuck at the moment. You may just want to save and then I rejoin. Okay, send me a new code when you can. Thank you. Okay, I appear to be in.
Your turn.
Yep. The synchronization was detected. Open the cooperative mode window to restart the game.
Everything's deciding not to play, I guess.
Synchronization was detected.
Yes, I can see it. I get the message at the same time.
Hold on. Let's get to it.
I see you made Argenta a bounty hunter instead of arch-militant.
Yes. As I thought that's what you're suggesting for me to do.
I don't recall saying so.
Okay.
I was debating it for Pascal. I was pretty sure we were setting Argenta up to be arch-militant because she's AoE based with most of her weapons.
Then I will do a respec. Because as I understood it, and I didn't understand why you're suggesting it. but
You misheard
thought-
me because I
Yep.
was talking about Pascal.
Yep.
Request approved. Cogitation failed. Post-mortem servitorization denied. one step ahead. As said, so done. I know what to do. Forward. Easy. I define the outcome. I know what to do. As said, so done. They won't expect this. As said, so done.
It seems like they've updated some of the icons for things where, like, strike isn't the axe appearance, but instead a sword.
Yep.
I have read tomes of military tactics. Me, if you insist, Lord Captain. Isn't this a job for the serfs? I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Request approved. The order is contrary to dogmatic protocols. My vow is to serve.
Me, if you insist, Lord Captain.
Flames! Another one. Oh, a predictable downfall.
High momentum.
Ha! Another one is shattered.
Pascal's turn.
The scriptural prognosis is favorable. The Omnissiah knows all, comprehends all.
Let's get to it.
That is how it's done. Let's set this in motion.
Isn't this a job for the serfs? Me? If you insist, Lord Captain. Battlefields are always drowned in scarlet. If I may?
The shivering young servant looks up at you with horror in his eyes. Emperor, protect me. They killed. Every time I warn them, and then they all go, all. Dear Emperor, our Lord and Savior, how could this have happened? Who could have thought? Adira spits on the ground in annoyance.
Does this kind of thing happen around here often?
Shooting, yes. Attacks on nobles, not very often. Unless it's Anvers. They're vicious. Not a week goes by without them killing and gutting somebody. They're wicked heretics. They respect nothing. They follow no rules.
What was that? An attack right on the dock?
Your lordship, those guys were Anvers. They're a gang. They're the worst, I'm telling you. They're scared of no one, not even Liege Takara. He glances around like expecting more bandits to appear.
Go and report this to your liege.
Yes, I'm sorry, your lordship. I'll just go report to the liege. They killed her. They killed my lady. Oh, this is terrible. So yeah, maybe worth going back to the ship briefly, and I'll use Argenta later after I've done a respec on her.
Well, now I have a technically like one of the shotguns that this class is known for.
Nice.
Also, we got new shock or arc grenades.
Let's seize the moment.
Let's do a quick.
Yep. I can either respec Argenta now, or I can do it later. I'm fine either way.
That's why we're here on the ship.
I know. You need to speak with the high factotum person. Talk about my retinue and I are in need of training. And then select Argenta. And then I can probably handle the rest. you.
Thank you for the raid, Pixie. Having a bit of a rough day, it seems, but we're managing. Welcome, welcome, raiders. Do hope everyone's doing well. For those that don't know me, you can call me Fluff to keep it simple. I stream a wide variety of things. Every Wednesday we do a Warhammer session, and currently that is Rogue Trader, as you can see here. Currently trying to respec Argenta since we had I guess a miscommunication last time about the archetype to use for her.
Working on it.
We're at the start of Act 2. Also, my camera is misbehaving, so I just am in a static position. One thing after another at this point. But I hope you're doing well. I'm sure you'll enjoy Act 2 when you get to it. Yeah, I hope so. At the very least, I'm feeling like it'll be a shorter stream. And then I'm just gonna go and get some sleep. You'll get to the point where there'll be nothing else left to do. You won't be able to stay in the act forever unless if you just keep starting over. It's not quite like BG3. Ugh, excuse me.
Alright, Arch Militant this time.
Yep.
It is done.
Yeah, it's the new Next Fest. Given the timing, unfortunately, I wasn't aware it was happening. But I could potentially do some demo testing Sunday through Tuesday next week. Since both Sunday and Monday are kind of my flex days, I can make those be the days I do some Next Fest stuff and plan ahead for that. But that'll be for next week's set of streams. Okay, so ready to go now?
That is correct, yes.
Apologize for the miscommunication last time. I was talking about...
I heard it like multiple times. You're considering it at one point, and then... So, I don't know. Some reason I got the impression...
I was talking about it for Pascal.
Yep.
I don't think I was ever intending to talk about the characters you were controlling.
Fair enough.
Didn't we end up on the... We were on the dock.
Alright.
I thought...
Stay sharp.
Oh, a Sicarian. Neat.
The tall, hunched tech priest stares at you, unblinkingly. A breathing mask conceals his gaunt features. The skin of his hands is of a sickly gray hue, while his augments show signs of combat damage and are plated in black chromium, giving him a general air of lugubriousness. No idea what that is.
I'm not familiar with that word.
Sorry. Initiating identification procedure. This unit is defined as Logis Opticon and is a fully authorized representative structural part of the Cognizance fleet and the priesthood of the Adeptus Mechanicus. Access has been granted to the following options: information exchange, strengthening of diplomatic link, trade deals, donations. Initiating official greeting procedure for esteemed high-value visitors. Glory, success to the House von Valancius. Von Herrick. Aria begins to flow from the scratched vox attached to the tech priest's chest. Requesting information exchange regarding contractual obligation Logisticar Theta.
Okay.
Pascal and Opticon 22 exchange glances in a series of signals before bowing their heads in satisfaction. Opticon 22's head bows noticeably lower than Pascal's.
What, to make a trade deal? I anything else. I mean, there is some things. A bolter. Plasma
I have eye on the
pistol.
Weber as well.
Yeah. So we can do some trading.
Yep. Let me
Like
see.
holy gifts.
Is that reputation 5? So that's a little rough. But up to you.
Do have a blasphemous prism that belonged to Aurora. If you look through it long enough, your vision begins to deceive your mind, showing what could be instead of what is. Ship components. Anarchist creations. Some miscellaneous gets us enough.
Thank you very much.
Trap boots. Use those anytime soon. Using reload costs -1 AP less, minimum 0. Will to live, force sword, so that's going to be for a psyker. Dolphin pattern. Undesign axe, an upgrade for scout, precise las gun, large medikit, cerebral hollow ocular, mark operative. Positive and a negative effect. It seems like it's kind of designed for operative characters. Later. Wire grenades. Oh, self-calibrating goggles, where successful single attacks inflict stunned for 1 round. If the target fails a willpower resistance test with a -5 penalty. Implantation throne. So we're also now having access to the implant system.
Yep.
Power axe. Neat. Resolve. Like body glove, Vox beacon. So where is the overseer? The first overseer archetype ability in a round costs 0 AP. Neat. Oh, a arc rifle upgrade at some point. 55 trade value. Sylvana carapace, another implant. Guessing this will be a vendor we will interact with a lot going forward.
Yep.
The shield. Slightly more impressive, I guess. It does have slightly different 8 temporary wounds. That's useful. Heavy emergency cutter. Wow. It's a ghoul saw from Warframe. It's like an almost identical appearance to one. Shield. First field emitter. Oh, that's one for me after using running gun. Focus melt-a-gun. Keep yawning. Deadly repeater. Fortress World Origin to this carapace. I mean, this makes sense. It's a handful of stuff for Pascal. There's a second character, I believe, now with the DLC. Still, it's cool to see the Sicarians.
Access has been granted to the following options. Confirmed. I wish to discharge, reciprocally validate the mutual contractual obligation designated logistic theta. Yep. Under the obligation in question, 34,761 Terran years ago, the Explorator Cognizance Fleet received from representatives authorized units of the Von Valancius dynasty a volume of high-grade promethium equal to the fuel capacity of 6 Tantalian void tankers. The stipulated payment, reciprocal offering from the Cognizant Fleet can be made to Von Valancius assets at the current time, after which the contractual obligation will be fulfilled, archived. Confirm your status regarding acceptance of the payment, reciprocal offering.
A joke previously. Saying that my dynasty has had extensive business dealings with you.
The statement is true. The fleet concluded 1,292 obligations with the Von Valancius dynasty by represented, led, administered by the counterparty identified as Theodore von Valancius. The most substantial was Pact 8 Yule, in accordance with Archmagos Cubus Delphim, Data Usher of the Sevenfold Hallowed, Workshop of the Sacred World of Euphrates II, was transferred to the planet Kiavagama to perform the duties of minister as its fabricator censor. The services of such a highly enlightened, enhanced, authorized servant were recompensed via the offering of paid for with a 7-year contract granting the fleet's exploration vessels maintenance privileges at the Kiavagama facilities.
You waited 30 years to pay up?
Execution of payment, reciprocal offering, is in accordance with the specifications of the contractual obligation. Allocation of assets from the holdings of the fleet was initiated when the tankers reached the main squadron, 14.9 Terran years after the initial transaction. The asset allocation process concluded 2.6 Terran years later. Transportation of assets to the Furibundus system took 16 Terran years. Final delivery of assets to Footfall took 0.3 Terran years.
What payment can I expect?
Universal Mobile Orbital Deployment Extractiums, Astral Aerator processing complexes, and the quantities stipulated in the contractual obligation. Each unit has undergone a cycle of maintenance liturgies and have been assessed for conformance to the sacred standard template construct.
Great creations of the Omnissiah, blessed be his beneficence, which has bestowed upon these complexes industrial might and a full cycle of reproduction and life support. I don't know what these results will be.
Alright. So when you put your cursor on the back and forth little arrow for each,
Explorators 5,000,
you'll get
or
5,000
a
rep
mobile extractium.
thing, which you can place on a planet, and I think it can extract resources from it repeatedly, but it's something you have to return back to.
I think I'd rather just have the reputation.
Yep, especially
additional
since you liked a
5,000.
lot. Yep. The request is accepted. Contractual obligation Theta is concluded. Cognizance Fleet thanks House von Valancius for its cooperation. The status of the unit's request will be increased.
Seek the friendship of the Adeptus Mechanicus.
The priesthood of the Adeptus Mechanicus is interested in, considers expeditious cooperation with rogue traders. Under the terms of the Treaty of Mars, it is willing to provide services to the von Valancius dynasty. The priority of service tasks can be raised if diplomatic links are strengthened. The fleet will be glad, alternative unavailable, to accept any samples of sacred technology, samples of profane xenotech, miscellaneous items. Reminder, storage, study, and or disposal of the aforementioned objects, with the exception of miscellaneous items, is the preferential right of the Adeptus Mechanicus. The Explorator fleet will also accept information about planets in the Coronis expanse that have not previously been recorded in the planetary register.
Why do you want information about planets?
Omnifaceted study of the Coronis expanse is the sacred mission, operational objective of the Cognizance fleet. Information about the planets and the star systems of the Coronis expanse will be compiled, studied, and transferred to the holy repositories of Mars upon completion of the Great March of Exploration mission. This process increases the totality of knowledge and decreases the totality of ignorance in the universe.
Why are you interested in xenotech? Isn't that heresy?
The Cognizance fleet finds it reasonable to believes the forbidden knowledge in the hands of the laity causes destruction and violations that go against the Omnissiah's will. Weakness of mind and will unleash xeno-heresy, which consumes the laity whole. An example that demonstrates the outline pattern: a void station in the system of Lagrange's belt. According to the data available to the fleet, the heretics on the station have trade relations with Xenos for the sake of obtaining dangerous and pernicious technology. The destruction of these heretics is of high priority, but not high enough to demand immediate action.
I have some questions.
Information and assistance will be provided.
Opticon 22, that's a strange name.
The designation Opticon is an identifier with an illustrious history, a significant number of archive references, and is used by many explorators and the Cognizance fleet. The extension 22 is a custom edition made by the current units designated to highlight the unit's unique personality.
I'll probably be ending sooner than usual, no, but I have a good lurk. What is the Cognizance fleet?
The Cognizance fleet is an explorator fleet formed, produced, and by the Adeptus Mechanicus for the purpose of surveying, optionally conquering, the Coronis Expanse. The fleet core squadron is located in Data Classified, while auxiliary echelons and autonomous void vessels are operating throughout the entirety of the Coronis Expanse.
May the Omnisci's favor be with my tech comrades. Pascal reverently touches the exploratory insignia on his robe. You are an explorator? Then why are you here instead of exploring faraway systems?
This unit functioned as a senior planetary scout for the duration of Data Classified procedural cycles. It was distinguished with 3 promotions by 1 grade, the right to a Tier 2 sacred augmentation, and a notation in the fleet-wide archive as a valuable unit. After a reconnaissance mission in the Tenaris system, this unit was promoted to the rank of Logis and transferred to Footfall in order to perform the functions appropriate for its current status. There's something close to wistfulness in Opticon 22's otherwise emotionless voice.
The archive contains data on the reconnaissance of the Tenaris system and the associated special circumstances. I express my respect for a veteran and adherent of the fleet.
Valid assessment. The Tenaris system was a great test of faith. An assessment of this unit's durability threshold, an active destructive xenocide.
What happened in the Tenaris system?
Pascal and Opticon 22 turn to you and snap in unison. Data classified.
What are you doing on Footfall?
This unit performs 1. Residential representation, 2. Maintenance of the bureaucratic machine for the purpose of ratification of the insulating boundaries, 3. Management of the Kappa thread supply line, and 4. Compilation of the astrographic reconnaissance data.
Pascal, do these words have a translation? A hiss of static resembling a sigh comes out of Pascal's box. Opticon 22's function can be conveyed through flesh speak as functioning as the fleet's diplomatic mission, overseeing shipments, ensuring that the laity, or however that's pronounced, does not encroach upon the explorator's sphere of interest, and collecting data on star systems. Why are you here and not, say, at the Legis Palace?
Prolonged communication with lay people of high social standing causes this unit vexation, desire for forceful cessation of vital functions, grief, decline in motivation, righteous fury, willingness to initiate purity protocol. Remaining in an area of repair and maintenance of sacred machines is beneficial to this unit's cognitive functions.
This statement is true. The behavioral dynamics typical of lay groups are frequently devoid of logical patterns and are taxing to analyze. I have no more questions. I must take my leave. Well, let me see if there's anything else. Yeah. Handful extra stuff. Nothing else is anything we can get from them anytime soon.
Yep. And that's fine. A lot of these things will be stuff that we come back to, because
Yep.
this is a big act.
543 blank 1. I believe we have the Weber now.
Yep.
New bolter. Deflection gloves. These gloves allow the wearer to parry melee attacks with their ranged weapon using the ballistic skill instead of weapon skill. Neat. I think I already have that capability, but others could have that. Plus, I also should switch to my shield gloves. At least I'll try it. Think we have anyone with Deadeye shot. Heirloom auto pistol. Bunch of extra stims now. Probably gonna have to call it in the next hour-ish.
Understood.
I did it? I've read about this.
Onward to victory.
Hey, Adeptus Arbites helmet.
Nate?
I can finally look like my portrait. Well, sort of. It is a little different. I'll take it.
My house would be proud of me.
Cyber Raven key characteristics. Word.
Pay attention.
Is this an item or what's
Yes.
going on? Neat.
Gains 20 willpower and plus 50% maximum wounds.
Nice.
You have to equip it to your bird.
It is done.
Cyber Eagle key characteristics. Grenadier's Cloak. The wearer and their allies are immune to damage from the wearer's grenades. Do we have anyone that doesn't currently have a cape?
And for that matter, throws grenades.
Yeah, I think we're not needing that for now.
Yep.
Let's see this through.
I feel like there's something we need to figure out for this. Do it correctly.
Venture forth.
Multi-key Psyker's footwear. Interrogation goggles. These goggles grant the wearer +5 bonus to lore Xenos. They also grant 10% hit chance against Xenos. Fireproof cape, immune to burning. Where it ends their turn, burning is removed from all adjacent allies.
Let's seize the moment.
Fun. Who's our most frequent side power user? Probably Adira.
Yes.
Okay, so equip those boots to Adira. Hmm. Yeah, I know where the buttons were. Just needed to know that order. Arbitrators. You know when you're ready.
I am ready.
Atrium.
Every time I come here, I nearly go deaf. The sounds of the past assault my ears. Trumpets of glory interrupted by the rustling of rags and the clinking of coins above everything else.
I guide humanity between the stars.
This explorator is blessed with multifunctionality.
The buzzing crowd has closed in on several hairy-looking individuals. Some of their faces are smeared with fresh blood. The angry cries and twisted faces leave no doubt. Massacre is about to take place. Just cut their throats already. What were they thinking letting the ship dock on footfall? They're all stricken. No, no cutting. We get their blood on us, we'll be tainted too. Better burn them. Be quiet, you scoundrel. A priest clad in a simple black raiment cuts through the crowd like a void ship crossing the sky. You dare pass judgment on others? What arrogance to think you have the right. Argenta starts at the sight of the elderly priest. That's Reverend Hieronymus. I'm surprised he decided to intervene in a street squabble.
Intervene. What is going on here?
Several dozen gazes bore into you. And who are you supposed to be?
I'm envoy of the Von Valancius dynasty.
You come from Lady Theodora? The rabble-rousers bow his head respectfully. Pardon me, noble sir. We were just, rooting out heresy here. These scrawny ones. They're from the ship that came from the bowels of Corona's expanse. They got plague here, and mutants, and now they're spreading the rot everywhere. That taint. They're all... Silence. You must be completely out of your minds. A band of woefully dim-witted reprobates who think themselves bringers of justice. Who are you to pass judgment on anyone? All you ought to be doing is suffering and repenting till the end of your days. And what's so wrong with that, Reverend? We just want to put these heretics to death. We're not heretics. The haggard man is on the verge of tears. We're refugees. I swear it on the golden throne. We served the Imperium faithfully until they hung us out to dry. Where were the protectors that were meant to shield the lands of humanity from nightmares? Traitors. Traitors and heretics. The lot of them. A murmur runs through the crowd. People gawk at you, at the priest, at the wretched group huddling in the center.
How tiring. The motley sea of colors that fills this restless crowd is hard on the eyes. So many hues, but most of them are acid yellow streaks of fear. Their red buds swelling, ready to burst and paint all who are gathered here. Cassia looks at the crowd of troublemakers warily, and they shudder at the very sight of her. As for the hearts of those who have been forced to defend themselves, they are shrouded in a purplish black grief, but the words are as transparent as the ice that lies at the top of a glacier. But commoners are always deaf to others' suffering, and for such is their nature. Interfering in their affairs is hardly worthy of you or me, writer. Alright, enjoy your lurk. Well, either way, I feel like I represent sounds good.
Yep. I hear ya. The rabble rousers look at you morosely. I don't want to get in trouble over this lot. The refugees use the interruption to make off in the direction of Dock Alpha Row. The arrogance and self-righteousness of a malefactor. The priest shakes his head disapprovingly, and his eyes shift to you. I am Reverend Hieronymus Doloroso, head of the Drusian mission here on Footfall. I thank you for stepping in. Please come see me when you have the time. We can talk then.
Stay sharp.
Found a leaflet. Picking it up.
I didn't?
The man with a face so drawn it appears to be made of nothing but skin and bone fixes his unblinking bird-like eyes on you. The priest's simple black clothes have next to no adornments, and they do nothing to mask his unhealthy gauntness. In a cracked voice he says, "The Emperor protects."
The Emperor protects, Reverend.
But he protects only those who are pure of heart. Do you think yourself one of them? Be leery of this conviction of yours. Many who have risen to the pinnacle of faith have fallen from it into the embrace of pride most degenerate. And you must be the young von Valancius. That name carries weight. It is a burdensome one, but its reputation suggests that Theodora encumbered it with many transgressions. I wonder, will you seek to shed them, or will you carry them forward, picking them along the way like ripe fruit and savoring their sweet poison?
How do you know who I am?
The Emperor has blessed me with acute hearing, and the people did the rest. How many members of your crew do you think come to confess the moment they arrived in port? How long do you suppose it took me to piece together the truth from their words? The priest's voice is rasping and harsh, and you still manage to pick up a strange change in tone. There's something hidden behind this shift in his speech, something that he did not consider necessary to explain.
You say Theodora was a transgressor? Transgressor?
A woman of great gifts, but few considered virtue to be one of them. People whispered that power had corrupted her, made her believe that she was entitled to anything she wanted. It is known that she showed cordiality to Xenos, broke taboos, and violated dogmas. Then again, so do nearly all rogue traders.
Dogmatic persuasion, make the sign of the Holy Aquila. I put my faith in the Emperor.
He gives you a scrutinizing look, then his tone softens. Well then, be twice as diligent, for this sector will seize any chance to test your faith. He looks at Argenta, who is standing nearby, and his voice softens slightly. Greetings, sister. I congratulate you on your return. Was your pilgrimage fruitful? It was, Reverend. Let it be known to you that Theodora von Valencia's ship was attacked by servants of the archenemy, who appall the heart of any righteous soul, she says, nearly hissing with fury, and not all of them met a fitting end. Some fled, and more than that, their blasphemous words clearly pointed to this attack being part of a larger design. Reverend Hieronymus, I wish to join the esteemed rogue trader's crew and help protect the von Valancius dynasty from the forces of the archenemy. I am divesting myself of the responsibility of guarding the Footfall Reliquary.
Sister Argenta stood by my side during the assault on the ship, and I could use her assistance going forward.
Hieronymus nods in thought. Follow the call of your soul, sister. The Footfall Reliquary will be preserved even without your contribution, as it was in all the years preceding your arrival. Hieronymus smiles sadly. I know what it is that calls you to follow the rogue trader, Sister Argenta. You seek combat, for it helps you forget how hollow and worthless our lives truly are. It offers the illusion of meaning. Perhaps you'll relinquish this illusion one day, or perhaps you'll die before that day comes. Regardless, I wish you luck on your new path. But before you start on a path toward your new destiny, I have a request to make of you and your companion. Many among my flock are from the poorest, most dispossessed people on Footfall. They've brought me troubling news from Footfall's shadow quarters, and the darkest corners where the Legion's wardens do not venture. Taint has taken root. Footfall is consumed by profanity, but even here, true heresy, serving the archenemy, is a rarity. The cultists who now dwell in the shadow quarters mark their abodes with a sun inscribed in blue and gold, and perform strange rituals in secret. The weak find solace in believing these reports to be rumors, but I well know that evil lurks all around us, I wish to see retribution.
Come across heresy surprisingly often these days.
Indeed, dark times are upon us, and wretched souls grow ever more eager to embrace heresy, both on Footfall and elsewhere. Its foul buds are coming into bloom. Troubling news is arriving from many planets. There are whispers of wicked things taking place on Yavagama, and just recently, a transport ship by the name of Navica, teeming with refugees, arrived on Footfall with Winterscale's realm, or from Winterscale's realm. Their world was stricken with blasphemous sedition, and such was its severity that they had to flee to save themselves. The Liege refused to accept them, and so they headed for Foulstone, a desolate cloister of the righteous. It was wise of them not to linger in this den of vileness.
Why don't you go to the Liege with this matter?
I do not walk the paths pleasing to the Liege. Hieronymus frowns. Vladame is weak and riddled with worms on the inside. He seeks to please his Casbalica masters, those peddlers of relics of the unholy Xenos.
We will verify this rumor, Reverend Hieronymus.
With great pleasure, Argenta lays a hand on her weapon. I almost wish for the rumor to be true. My heart yearns to battle some heretics. This is where I bid you goodbye, sister. Noble rider, is there more you wish to ask me about?
What are you doing on Footfall?
What am I doing in this den of blasphemers, pagans, and the vilest of souls, you mean to say? Well, Footfall is the first and last stop in the Corona's expanse. It is the point of arrival for those who have just started on their path, and it is also where those who are reaching its very end return, their souls wounded and bleeding. I embrace both the former and the latter, so that they may cast an honest eye over their impurity. Furthermore, rumors from across the entire sector amass on Footfall. If I hear crewmen whispering about a reclaimed shrine world or expressing desire to carry the Emperor's light into the darkness among the stars, I help my flock in their sacred duty. Devoted trailblazers need assistance, both spiritual and material. Tools, equipment, even garments and simple everyday items. Anything that might help pilgrims on their long journey and during the first days of the harsh frontier life is worth its weight in gold to us. May any help you offer to the effort of gathering such things be blessed. The path of the true believers leads into darkness, to search for worlds that have lost his radiance, steeped in depravity. Blessed are the deeds of those who give themselves into the void and the warp in hopes that their actions might bring light into the darker reaches of the expanse and deliver a previous barren world into their Imperium's service. Hieronymus is silent for a few seconds. And all the more bitter is the realization that not all brave souls will succeed in their mission. Footfall still awaits news from the Wasteland Wayfarer, an ancient ark of a ship headed for distant stars. Her last astropathic message was sent from beyond the Cinerus Malfistium, and the stars have kept her fate
Daenerys
secret.
Maleficum.
Yep,
Maleficum.
Yep. I bear another, darker duty. The expanse is filled with the tainted creations of unholy heretics. These insidious objects are a danger to the soul, but I know what to do with them. Should you on your travels come upon dangerous, corrupted objects, bring them to me, and the reward for your vigilance will be even more generous. The Drusian mission has much to share with the rogue trader.
I'd like to take a look at what the followers of St. Drusus have to offer me.
Let me see.
We don't have training value to do more, but we can, if we want, rank up a little. We now have a bunch of implant stuff showing up now as part of their rewards.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I used up most of the holy gifts.
Yep.
Which is fine. It's just what
Go
I did.
get more. Yep.
Yep, there's some holy gifts. Jewelry. Do for now.
Yep.
Stuff we got. Implementation. You've obtained an augment that cannot be equipped like weapons or gears. You have to use the implantation thrown in the sector bionica. All targets of taunting screams suffer a -14 penalty to the willpower. I think that's a specific warrior thing. Oh, navigator staff.
Yep.
And operative. That's the implantation, or yeah, it's an implant. Oh. Do you have better athletics to access this?
Let's see. Looking on my way. I have 85% chance.
Try it.
Another notch.
The machine god grants me insight. Venture forth. Operation successful. Let's seize the moment. My success is an irrefutable certainty.
So got Servo Skull and Unyielding Vanguard Boots. Unyielding Beacon ability. I'm not sure what that is. The Vanguard ability, so it's something for Abelard or whoever else we make a Vanguard.
Yep.
Forge ahead. Never linger. The machine god grants me insight. Now that was easy.
New Great Sword and Commander's Monocle, which is something for characters with voice of command. Lower Imperium test dependent on fellowship instead of intelligence and gain a +3 bonus. For voice of command ability, makes an attack during an extra turn. This attack deals additional, yeah, I like that. It's for the Great Sword, it's nothing specifically great, so.
My house would be proud of me.
Marching ahead. Stay sharp.
Vladime will be as slippery as a snake, like any seasoned operator. I don't need any voices in my head to predict that.
Venture forth.
A low hum of voices quiets, and a dozen gazes shift to you. The tall man with the shaved head is rubbing his hands together nervously. His opulent clothes are nearly bursting at the seams on his muscular body, and his expression is forbiddingly grim. Still, he's trying to put on an air of friendliness. Greetings, you must be... He glances at the scroll in his mechanical hand implant. Master Fidelio, all the guests have arrived. You're the last on the list, and we couldn't well start without you. Your presence is absolutely vital.
Play along, of course. I'm Fidelio.
Puts on a broad smile, then catches himself and quickly frowns once more. Please, ahem. We can talk later. Chaplain is about to begin.
Look around.
The gathering you found yourself at seems refined and respectable at first glance. The decorations and the attendees' clothes speak of wealth, and so does the location, which isn't far from the Liege's residence. But you notice that most of those gathered are of rather imposing physique. Many of them have scars and military-grade implants. Several of the guests look like they are covering the exit. A few are clearly carrying concealed weapons. Your appearance has definitely attracted everyone's attention. Just about every guest here keeps glancing at you, and some are clearly watching your every move, even though they are trying to not show it.
I wonder who this Fidelio is and why they cannot start proceedings until he or she appears. I've never heard the name.
I've never heard the name before either.
What is this place and what is going on here?
I know nothing about the place, but I can feel that something in the works here. I sense danger and opportunity. And the danger's a whole lot greater, she finishes grimly.
Attendees, I want to see what this is about.
Oh, what a terrible, sorrowful day. We pay our respects to the life and soul of Footfall Society, a loyal servant of the Imperium, a generous benefactor who spared no expense to keep the fire of faith burning, an example to all future generations. The most noble and unforgettable Master Bellardo. This loss, the fussy administratum clerk speaks in a strained voice and keeps peeking at the paper with text on it. His speech drags on, blending into a monotonous cascade of praises of the late Master Bellardo. So let us offer a prayer to the Emperor for the repose of Master Bellardo's soul and the prosperity of his heirs. I now pass you over to the most reverend chaplain. A formidable-looking man dressed in the attire of the ecclesiarchy missionary glares at the gathered crowd. And here you all are, you vultures. Let's offer a prayer then. But if you think that the Emperor, or the messenger of his will, in other words, myself, does not see into your vile souls, you are sorely mistaken. The chaplain looks at you and gives a slight nod. I wasn't referring to Master Fidelio. At least Dens himself wanted to see him at his funeral. But the rest, I know every one of you. I would be astonished to discover anyone here who truly mourns this loss. So go ahead, pray for Bellardo's soul. Soon the flames will take him, a fitting end for a life like his. May the Emperor keep his soul. Without another word, the chaplain makes the sign of Aquila and pointedly turns away from the attendees.
As it should be.
Definitely want Fidelio dead.
Whoever prepared the body of the gray-haired man lying in the coffin, they did a good job. Even in death, he looks majestic.
Swap her back to the...
The
Needed.
implants left in the deceased's body speak of his high standing. Expensive tech is typically extracted from the dead, and only the most prominent and wealthy avoid this fate upon their death. His face seems unfamiliar at first, but then a realization strikes you. Age has greatly changed this man's features, but you've seen him before, on pics and posters saying, "Wanted, highly dangerous pirate." Decades ago, the one who is currently lying before you in a coffin used to go by the name Jerry Can Dens, and was known as one of the most infamous pirates in the Coronis Expanse.
Now that's interesting. My actions speak louder than words.
You hear someone delicately clearing their throat. The source of this sound turns out to be the administratum clerk you saw next to the chaplain. His clothes are neat and impeccably pressed. His face, however, reveals extreme nervousness bordering on fear. My good Master Fidelio, I do hope you're satisfied with the services provided by our establishment. He leans in a little closer and whispers, "I beg of you, help me. But please keep your voice down. We can't let anyone hear us. It's a matter of life and death."
What's the matter?
The clerk wipes the sweat from his brow nervously. "Please understand, it's very difficult to get by on footfall with my wages. An imperial regulation on post-mortal service workers on peripheral worlds directly prohibits the chief operator of the crematorium from leaving their workplace for any reason other than sleep, food, severe illness, and administration of sacraments. Therefore, I am practically forced, to look for other sources of income that allow me to stay within the walls of this here establishment. I've set up a little, shall we say, enterprise. I replace the implants of the deceased with identical replicas and sell them to the right people when I have a shipment ready. I had just prepared the newest batch of superb, unique implants of the highest quality, but I got careless. I used my first sick leave in 4 standard years, and it was on that very day the Master Bellardo passed away, and his family was quick to organize a ceremony in the crematorium. I simply didn't have the time to prepare, and now my container full of goods. It's in the furnace, and if you don't help me, they're going to burn it any minute.
Wait, so you hid his valuables in the crematorium's furnace?
I've been hiding them there for 10 years now, and quite successfully, might I add. Only the richest citizens can afford the services of the crematorium, and sadly they don't die all that often. Usually I sell the goods before the next body arrives, but I got unlucky this time. Help me, I beg of you.
What do you need from me, and what are you offering in return?
While there's still time, could you please get to the furnace and pull the containers with implants out of there? We'll split the goods 50-50. You can even have first pick. Just please, hurry. They'll soon be putting the coffin with old Bellardo where it belongs, and then poof, it'll be reduced to ash, and my priceless augments along with it.
Why did you decide to ask me specifically for help?
There's no one else to turn to, the clerk exclaims in dismay. All the guests here are scoundrels, murderers, or crooks, and all three at once. I was going to send in a servitor, but only personal servitors of House Bellardo are allowed into the courtyard today, and I'll have their access codes. You're all I have left. I can tell you're an upstanding individual, with a most noble countenance, too. The moment I saw you, I knew. He is the one who will save me.
I'll help you on the following condition. You see, I am most definitely Master Fidelio. I'm afraid you have misplaced some of my documents. If you make me a copy of everything you can find in the archives that has my name on it, you'll get your contraband.
Of course. Will do. You'll be most pleased with the results. Help me, for a throne's sake. Throne preserve you. Make it look like you're just having a look around. It's a lot easier for you to wander into a restricted area without arousing suspicion than it is for me. Find the container. It's in the far corner. Get out and come back to me, and I'll be waiting. That was the building we're just about to enter.
Let's seize the moment.
Yep. No worries, Pixie. Sorry for my late response. Probably once we wrap this up, whatever this is, we'll wrap up the stream as well.
Understood.
How is your athletics?
Trying to see. 95%.
For it.
Genius triumphs!
This Explorator is blessed with multifunctionality. Keep your guard up.
Stop it!
Forge ahead. Never linger. I defy you.
Why did I not foresee this? Can I fall back now? My prescience has failed me.
How dare you?
Stop it!
Color the uncolored.
Can't select the thing. There's like a red tile.
I felt pain like this. I should have foretold that.
Gotta shoot through the floor.
Way without his light.
She did always want to be a martyr.
Okay.
Blessed Emperor, protect your daughter. Blessed Emperor, protect your daughter.
Saying Adira to go do something, but I don't know.
Let's see this through.
There! Done!
My success is an irrefutable certainty. Nothing can catch me off guard. I'll endure this.
How do we attack anything? We're not in combat.
That won't stop me.
I'm not the enemy.
They're on fire. On fire. Put them out. Put them out quick. The voices come to you through streams of something thick and foul. Your eyes are covered with whatever your unbidden savior saw fit to splash over your head. At last you can make out the silhouette of a vagrant dressed in rags leaning over you. He throws his hands up. Your lordiness. Are you alright? Did you hit anything? Any bad burns? You fell right through that there ceiling, and it's mighty high up.
We shot at the floor and it worked. Who are you and what are you doing down here?
We live here, is all, your lordiness. You see, there are old tunnels. They dug them back in Parsinimus Dwayne's times, right through the asteroid. It is a little stuffy down here, but it's warmer than up in the big palaces on the surface. And it sure is warm under the crematorium's furnace. They barely burn anyone up there, but they do fire it up often enough, and that's good for us, sure. Sometimes an odd smell makes it through the vents, like they're making roast. Makes your mouth water, but what can you do? That's the cost of comfort for you.
You happen to know who Fidelio is?
The vagrants look at each other in surprise. I mean, wasn't there a Fid lad who used to live under the fifth void, and his hussy kept yelling all like, my Fidelio Fid? Same deal, right?
How do I get out of here?
Well, there's no climbing back into the crematorium for you. Look for yourself. It's all burnt and collapsed. But it's no biggie. There's only one way up there, so you won't get lost. First, you'll need to pull this big old lever to open the doors. It's by the busted pipe. That's where the lever is. After that, you just walk through the corridors, the shaft, the old warehouse, and there you are on the surface.
The fact that the incompetence of the crematorium's maintenance staff saved our lives does not make their negligence any less egregious. I will register a complaint. I'm feeling kind today. Here for your help with the fire.
The vagrant's faces brighten, and they accept your handout with a bow.
Now
Well, thank you.
die.
Thank you kindly. Something to buy a bit of food with. 'Cause, well, we used our soup to put you out, you see, and it's only 2 days old.
I must take my leave.
All the best on your journey and all. May the Emperor help you and guide you out.
Let us see what I found.
Marching ahead.
Next check.
95% chance.
Go for
Shall I
it.
do so?
Applaud my brilliance.
A horrible stench reaches your nostrils long before you see its source. A corridor where punctured pipes are disgorging streams of murky sludge. In the distance, you see the lever that opens the door leading outside. The only way to reach it is by submerging yourself in the sludge.
Cassia brings the corner of a perfumed shawl to her nose. I think I'm going to be sick.
Someone's got to go and pull the lever, right? I pros our holy sister as candidate. A seeker after spiritual purity shouldn't be put off by a little bit of ordinary muck, after all. Hardy har har.
Tread the malodorous sludge yourself. Hard choices are the lot of any leader. This is a job for the Lord Captain. You stepped willingly into the sludge. It was an achievement I just got.
Yeah.
Venture forth.
Now I stink. It's all
My
of your
warp
fault.
sight reveals something.
Perfect.
Amulet injector. And a special auto gun. I think injectors are new. I don't recall having those until now.
Move it. I say move it. An inspection gets to the circuit station before we do. I'll have all of you recycled. Yelling your brains out as servitors won't make them work faster. You know another way to get the lazy brutes to shift themselves? Well, I'm all ears. If the inspection sees a circuit station without a unit, they'll go to Vladam with this. And if Vladam finds out, he won't mince words. He'll give us the old Kasbalican severance, as in kick us out the trash chute without a void suit. Simmer down. We'll be fine. Back in my transport days, I'd show the inspection the same protection screen on 8 different sites, and I never got busted once. I seriously doubt that Vladam's inspectors are any more diligent. They'll fall for our 1 support unit on 3 circuit stations. They won't notice a thing. Don't worry about selling the 2 units that we borrow. Who the throne is that?
This goes beyond a violation of the right of operation. It downright stinks. Hello, I'm Fidelio.
Fidelio? I have no idea who that is.
Believe it or not, neither do I.
The 2 strangers glance at each other in disbelief and reach for their weapons. We're from Footfall Station Services, carrying out scheduled maintenance. But you're not going to believe that, are you? You heard everything. After glancing briefly at his partner, the man lays a hand on his weapon. I promised my wife I could go a month without murder. Too bad. I'd rather break my word than get on the Legion's bad side.
Look, all I did was stop by a funeral and introduce myself as Fidelio. Because of this, some people have attempted to burn me alive, others drenched me in swill, And now thieving utility workers want to murder me. This is starting to feel like a bad joke. How about I just go on my merry way?
The two of them look at each other. Sure, by all means, go right ahead. Then they immediately point their guns at you. Just kidding. Ha ha ha. Sorry, but it's the trash chute for you.
Your execution is assured.
I like the music for this fight.
Yep.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain. I am a navigator, not a servitor. If only that were possible. Isn't this a job for the serfs? I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
As said, so you clearly are outmatched. I know what to do. They won't expect this.
Strike me again. See what happens.
Request approved.
Have a good night, Bolty.
Your
Let's
turn.
set this in motion.
Oh, goodness.
Easy.
Say after this fight wraps up, I'd like to save it.
Understood. Cassius' turn. The enemy on the far left is immobilized and gonna perish soon, so yeah.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain. Isn't this a job for the serfs? If I may.
The one that's on fire.
Yep. It's gonna die on its turn and also can't move.
The scriptural prognosis is favorable.
Be your choice.
The Omnissiah knows all, comprehends all. Running binaric override.
Not injured. I'm enraged.
My vow is confidence on full display. Request approved. Running binaric override. The scriptural prognosis is favorable. I know what to do. As said, so done. Let's set this in motion. Easy.
Things are freezing up on me.
Magenta's turn.
Yep, I'm aware. I did part of her turn and now I can't do anything else. What else can I do? Can't press space.
Have away and back.
Sure. At this point, maybe I should. Can you take control of Argento with
Yes.
your options? Go for it, because I can't do anything.
What do you want me to do?
Finish it off however you see fit, or just end her turn.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
Going on, game. Now it's just constantly jumping the camera back and forth between characters.
Okay. Quick save, quick load. Don't know.
Saving game is impossible.
Okay. Well, it says
I think
saving
Argenta
screen.
is just bugged. I've been noticing this entire session. Anytime you've had control of her, anytime any other issues have happened, because of her. The only save we have is a quick save before this encounter.
I hear you.
I can't do character assignment. I can't.
Yep.
I'm done. I'm too tired to deal with this.
Yep.
Sorry, everyone. Just, I guess they messed something up with the new DLC. I don't know. This game is now suddenly super unstable with various things. So we'll hopefully be back next week, and we'll hopefully have patches out or something. I don't know. But
Yep.
have a good evening. Have a good night. I'll find someone to raid on Twitch side. Thank you for my brother to join me on this, of course.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We'll figure it out next time, I guess. But until then, stay safe, and bye for now.